Southern thing, I think. It's a good song.
Good morning, Cubs. We are coming to you live from the gym, and we have our kindergartners in the house. Oh, we are so glad that you're here today, Cubs. Kindergarten Cubs, first and second grade Cubs watching in your classroom. We are so glad that you're here. Today is Friday. It's September 27th, 2024. It is PJ or Pajama Day.
Oh, I'm so cozy.
Disney or otherwise. You match a Cub I saw this morning.
Can I tell you, yes, I do exactly match a Cub. But if you have Stitch on, raise your hand. If you have some kind of Stitch, I have seen lots of Stitch as we've gone through today. It's been
Isn't that a
exciting.
Stitch?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is where we're at today, Cubs. Happy Friday. We're so glad to see you.
We're glad that you're here indeed. Let's celebrate some birthdays today.
Yes, we have a few. We have Adeline in Miss Eggert's room. Happy birthday. Emily in Miss Morris's room. Happy birthday. Lucy in Miss Ridinger's room. Happy birthday. And then it is Friday, which means we get to do weekend birthdays.
Let's do it.
So Saturday the 28th, we have Dilson in Miss Wodes' room. Happy birthday. Tolly Richard in Miss Shepherd's room. Happy birthday. Hazelpreet Singh in Miss Kellerman's room. Happy birthday. Penelope Kidd in Miss Sprague's room. Happy birthday. Cameron Barr in Miss Cunningham's room. Happy birthday on Saturday the 28th. On, yes, my goodness. Sunday, Kaylani in Miss Wodes' room, happy birthday. Jacob in Miss Shepherd's room, happy birthday. Jasky Rat in Miss Morris's room, happy birthday. And Smudju in Miss Benjamin's room, happy birthday. Honey, if I did not say that properly, please come find me, and you should be in here. So I want to make sure your last name is correct.
Happy birthday to all those Cubs. We hope you have a great day today if it's your birthday or this weekend. Can we do weather, please, Mrs. Russell?
Yes,
It's
well,
wet.
there's no surprise that it is a rainy day today and wet and windy. So we are definitely taking care of our environment today because it is supposed to rain all day. So that's going to help the flowers and the grass and the birds who need to drink water. So this is a good thing, even though it's a little inconvenient. You know, there's lots of activities, but we need this rain. So.
We do, and I have a weather-related announcement for our Cubs, for all of you. We had Future Firebird Night scheduled for tonight, and that is a really fun night at the West football game. Because the most important thing we do every day is keep our Cubs safe, and because the weather doesn't look good for tonight, Future Firebird Night has been canceled. Now the good news for our kindergartners, and actually all of our Cubs, because Future Firebird Night is all the way through 6th grade. So you will still have a Future Firebird Night next fall to go to, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Something to look forward to about a year from now. I know that's far off, but it'll be great. No Future Firebird Night tonight because of all the rain and wind that we're expecting.
Yes, absolutely. So super bummed that event was canceled. The weather is really, really gross outside, but our first job is to keep Cubs safe, and I'm really grateful that was the choice that was made, and that was the safe decision.
Yes, yes. All right, Cubs, we get to launch something else today. Oh, I'm sorry. In addition to our awesome raffle we have for our walkathon right now with the Disney raffle gift cards, we also have a fundraiser happening to help people in need in our community. So Reach Out Lakota is a place where families can go if they need some items, like especially food, or some different items like toothbrush, toothpaste, things like that that you might need at home. If they need that and need some help getting it, they can go to Reach Out Lakota. So we are starting as a district our Stuff the Bus drive very soon. We're starting our Stuff the Bus drive. And one of the best ways to help with that is to bring in a couple items from home. Maybe it's a food that's in a can. Maybe you have a food in a can or a box that you can bring in to help, or some other item at home. But here's the big thing. If you want to bring something from home, we want to remind you to
Ask your grown-up.
Ask your grown-up. Ooh, see that GR blend right there?
We did have an incident in the Skelton household where my kids did not ask a grown-up, and when I went out to make dinner, I did not have the item I needed.
Yep. If you want to bring something for Reach Out Lakota, and we will have a bin out by our lobby for that, a big bin to collect all the items, that's great, and we appreciate it, but make sure you ask your grown-up first. That's a really important part of helping our Stuff the Bus drive.
Yes, absolutely. We are helping some friends right now that we're hearing about while we're in here.
Oh, okay.
So this is what we're
Great.
working on over
Yeah,
here.
I see that. And I also see an exciting list of Cub leaders.
I do. Yes, we are so excited. So Cubs, every month, towards the end of the month, which today's 27th, so we're super close to the end of the month, we have the privilege of recognizing some Cubs that are doing their very, very best. This month's focus was respect, which is so exciting. That's what we're also talking about today. Super excited.
Oh, thank you to the friends who are doing Cub Zero, because we are about to announce our Cub leaders, and we want everybody to hear those Cub leaders. This is for this month of September. We do this every month. So if you hear your name, yay! And if you don't, just remember we do this again next month and the month after that, all through the year.
So if we can have quiet on the set so we can start announcing those, because our first group is our kindergarten group. So we want to make sure you guys get to hear it live. We're so excited. In Mrs. Benjamin's room, we have Leora. Congratulations, you are the September Cub Leader of the Month. Can you wave to me, Leora? Hi, honey. Congratulations. Mrs. Fiore's room, Olivia. Can you wave to me, Olivia? Yay! Mrs. Blackburn's room, Leah. Congratulations. Mrs. Ridinger's room, Kaya Moore. Good job. Mrs. Nab, Tori Wright. Congratulations. Mrs. Churko, Dawson Kroger. Mrs. Cunningham Beckett Schmidt, congratulations. Miss Whistling Braxton Phipps. Mrs. Lerman Rohan Patel, yay! And Mrs. Cavender Kamari, congratulations, kindergartners. How fun to have you live.
And I love hearing those, or seeing those silent cheers. When you're excited for a friend, that silent cheer is a great way to show that and still listen to the announcements. Let's go to first grade. From Mrs. Todd's room, we have Heavenly. From Mrs. Canatelli's room, Graham. From Miss Core's room, Sophia. From Mrs. Musser's room, Cheryl. From Mrs. Patterson's room, Avery S. From Mrs. Winkle's room, Claire. From Mr. Harold's room, Samarth J. From Mrs. Sprague's room, Mithun. From Mrs. Morris's room, Jane. From Mrs. Fisher's room, Mia. And from Miss Stein's room, Vaughn. Congratulations, first grade Cub leaders.
All right, Mrs. Russell.
In second grade, Mrs. Wozes, we have Wesley. Mrs. Mahler, we have Jordan. Miss Eggert, Eliana. Mrs. Kellerman, Nusha. Mrs. Nunn, Maxwell N. Mrs. Shepherd, Alexandria Peck. Miss Cox, Trey Harrison. Mrs. Walfogel, Nathan E. Miss Buckler, Hannah T. And I nominated a friend, Olivia Barr, for Mrs. Nunn. Mrs. Averbeck nominated Isabella Peck.
Nice. So friends, we're now moving down into our reading and our ESL teachers and some of our special teachers. So we're so excited. Mrs. Dyer wants to recognize Alexandria Smith. Miss Mino wants to recognize Gabby Lovett. Mrs. Manning, Valerie Jamie. And Miss McLaughlin, Leo Young.
Mr. Winkleman.
Hang on, can I correct that?
of
We
course.
actually have a Leo and a Leonardo. This one is Leonardo Young. I apologize. Miss McLaughlin is recognizing Leonardo Young. I do apologize for that error on my part.
Yep. Mrs. Robinson, Carla H. Mr. Winkleman, Montserrat B. And Mrs. Fetzer, Oscar C. So congratulations to all those friends. We will announce our Cub Leaders celebration. We'll tell you what that is with your teacher very soon, because we do get together with our Cub Leaders and celebrate. It's always
I think
fun.
we need to wait for a nicer weather day. We need the rain, but unless we do a rain play date, I don't know that this would be a fun.
I agree. We
way
don't
to
have a
play.
water slide outside, so we're going to wait on that.
Yes. Well,
All
we
right.
kind of do. We actually technically have a slide with water
Slide
on
with
it
water.
right now.
Yes, yes. All right. Cubs, please get your hands ready. At the end of announcements, we always say our motto, and then we'll stand for the pledge after that, and then we'll sit back down for our assembly. Here we go.
Here at Freeside, we take care of others, we take care of ourselves.